The political and public pressure over the alleged NEET paper leak has entered a crucial phase, as the central government is all set to hold another round of talks with leaders of the Cockroach Jantar Party, also known as CJP, today. The meeting, scheduled for 3:30 p.m, is expected to determine the future course of the nationwide student movement that has emerged as one of the biggest youth-led protests in the recent years. Representing the government will be Union Ministers J.P. Nadda and Jitendra Singh, while the CJP delegation will include spokespersons Saurav Das and Ashutosh. The primary issue on the table remains the CJP's demand for the resignation of the Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan over the alleged NEET paper leak. Along with this, the organization is seeking the withdrawal of police cases that was registered against protesters and compensation for the families of students who allegedly died by suicide following the examination controversy. CJP leaders have said that they expect the government to provide a written commitment on compensation and legal action during today's meeting. They have also made it clear that if the government refuses to act on the demand for the education minister's resign, the movement will intensify with fresh nationwide protest. And ahead of the high-level meeting, security has been significantly tightened around Jantar Mantar in central Delhi, where thousands of students continue to protest. Delhi police installed additional barricades overnight and reinforced them using heavy iron chains and welding in order to prevent protesters from dismantling them. And anti-riot vehicles have also been deployed in the area, while nearly 3,000 police personnel remain on duty to maintain law and order. And according to Delhi police, nearly 10,000 people are currently present in and around Jantar Mantar. Authorities said that 130 police personnel have been injured during the protest, while around 65 students have also suffered injuries. 15 FIRs have been registered in connection with the violence that broke out during the Parliament march earlier this week. Police have also revealed that more than 2,000 individuals with previous criminal records have been identified at the protest site using facial recognition system, also known as FRS cameras. Officials said that the technology is being used to identify anti-social elements allegedly attempting to exploit the protest, and as part of the heightened security measures, at least 18 Delhi metro stations have been closed from 7:30 a.m. until further notice. The affected stations include Rajiv Chowk, Patel Chowk, Central Secretariat, Janpath, Mandi House, ITO, Delhi Gate, New Delhi, Lok Kalyan Marg, Khan Market, Supreme Court and several others across central Delhi. Authorities said that the decision was taken to prevent overcrowding and ensure public safety around the protest zone. And in another precautionary measure, liquor shops across Delhi will close at 8 p.m. instead of the usual 10 p.m. until the end of the weekend. Delhi government officials said that the decision was taken following police inputs regarding the prevailing security situation caused by the ongoing protest. And the latest round of negotiation follows yesterday's meeting between the government and CJP representatives, during which the centre sought additional time to respond specifically to the demand for Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. And speaking after the meeting, Union Minister J.P. Nadda described the discussion as cordial and confirmed that the government would continue talks today as well after examining the demands raised by the student leaders. CJP spokesperson Ashutosh said that the organization had conveyed that the resignation of the education minister remains non-negotiable. He warned that if the government fails to take action, the protest movement will expand across the nation with a fresh nationwide agitation. Another CJP leader, Saurav Das, also reiterated that the future strategy of the movement will depend entirely on the government's response during today's meeting. The negotiations come shortly after environmental activist Sonam ended his 26-day hunger strike, raising hopes that dialogue between the government and protesting students could lead to a breakthrough. However, student leaders have maintained that they will continue their agitation until concrete action is taken. The protest first began after the alleged NEET paper leak led to the cancellation of the National Medical Entrance Examination in May, affecting nearly 2 million students. And what started as a satirical online movement gradually transformed into a nationwide youth campaign, drawing millions of supporters on social media and tens of thousands onto the streets. The movement intensified after thousands of protesters attempted to march towards the parliament earlier this week despite restrictions. Violent clashes broke out as police used tear gas and baton charges to disperse demonstrators, and the incident left several protesters and police personnel injured and triggered widespread criticism from the opposition parties. The agitation has now spread beyond Delhi, with demonstrations reported in states including West Bengal, Telangana, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Students, youth organizations and opposition supporters have organized rallies, boycotted classes and demanded the resignation of the Education Minister. The issue has also disrupted the ongoing monsoon session of Parliament as opposition parties have repeatedly demanded Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation, leading to continuous disruptions and repeated adjournments of the both houses, and with little legislative business conducted during the week. Meanwhile, authorities have continued strict security measures in the national capital. Mobile internet restrictions around central Delhi have been extended on multiple occasions, while the Delhi Metro has repeatedly shut stations around the protest area during major demonstrations. The government has also defended surveillance measures, arguing before the court that monitoring public gatherings is justified in the interest of maintaining law and order. And as both the sides prepare for another crucial round of talks, today's meeting is expected to play a decisive role in determining whether the ongoing confrontation can be resolved through dialogue or whether the student-led protest will enter a new and more intense phase across the nation. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.